Hello, once again. Hopefully, we can get some sound of whatever you are doing here. It is Nick C with a capital C with the double E with it here. I'm on the Vodafone Wi Fi, which is fiber optic these days, and of course, it's working a treat so far. We do apologize, by the way, if we were off air recently. It's because, of course, I was not having the sound from the actual webcam. And I've only just literally realised that. Welcome back here. I will be on for another half hour because of that. I know it's a little bit late here. And of course, welcome if you are just joining us here. Hopefully, we have a bit of sound here. And of course, we do apologise if we didn't. So, yeah, lots of things happening with the channel here. See if we can get some thumbs up here. My green light is on. That means, of course, we're getting some sound here, which is great news. See if we can get some comments in the chat, even though it's late, past midnight. But never mind about that. First of all, look at the other videos that we have done recently, especially the premiering of Norwich. And this is just a general update show here. We are planning on a Q&A show after maybe we return from our pretty much 4 days away with, of course, my moderator, Nicole, who, of course, came with me last time. I thought I'd give her a quick mention about that. She's got her own little channel if you want to check that out. I think it's called Mummy or something like that with capital letters. But yeah, of course, welcome on. It's great to be here as per usual. If you have any questions, as always, please do not hesitate to get in touch and drop us a line on the replay here. And of course, yes, we can start again, start fresh here. And whatever mistakes I made on the previous lives, you probably had to lip read. I can only apologise about that. So, yeah. Anyway, hopefully I can hear myself this time because it's coming out louder than the CD. It's coming out. Yeah, I can hear myself this time. I should have tested myself. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, anyway, I'm a little bit disappointed tonight earlier. Well, yesterday, as it would be now, Tuesday, the 13th of February 2024. It's now Happy Halloween. No, it's not. That scared you all there. It's Happy Valentine's Day. So where did I get Halloween from? Maybe I'm well ahead of myself there. But like I say, Happy Valentine's Day for all those couples out there. And what a treat it would be. So, yeah, I just thought I'd give this a mention before we leave you tonight or this morning, as it would be if you're watching me live. But if you're watching me on replay, we do appreciate that. And of course, if anyone, of course, has a friendly dog or a cat to take on visits, or don't have a dog but would like to help walk one, our special friends could be what you need to get in touch with. And of course, maybe you think you could get a foster pet or with a view to reunite with an owner. Owner? What am I talking about? It is late at night, well, late in the morning. So if you think you can get a foster pet with a view to reunite with the owner, maybe a stray dog or something like that, or want to support a lonely or vulnerable people in West Suffolk, or have an hour or two to give each week. If you answer yes to some of these things, we would, or they would love to hear from you. Please contact Francis, a guy called Francis Roach, or fill in their volunteer application form online, francis.roach / ourspecialfriends.org, or call 01284 335351. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. Ourspecialfriends.org. If you are wanting to, help walk a dog and don't have one, maybe they have stray dogs that need looking after. So if you may be suffering with mental health, you may be interested in that. So of course, yeah, if you're local to this number, call 01284 335351. Hopefully that has come out loud and clear for you. But yeah, now I'm going to show you this little thing, which I tried to show you on the previous live, but it didn't really show up because you couldn't hear a word I was saying. So yeah, this little thing here is behind the scenes kind of thing that we use. You don't have to get something expensive like the big channels have. And of course, yes, this little thing here can work as a gimbal, okay? And this little thing here can come off, but it's not, well, it's not that bit actually. It's this little tiny thing here. If that comes off, the camera won't be able to hold itself together, because that's what this is designed to do. If you can fit that in, maybe that's the wrong way around. So always put it the right way around here like that, and it should squeeze through that. Most mounts, as this is what it's called here, a mount, is fixed using a screw like this. If you can see it close up like that, okay, and you need to tighten it with the screw like that, okay. It will loosen up, but of course I'm tightening it up so that you can know what I'm talking about here. And you fit your camera, whether that's a Samsung A12 or even an iPhone 7, that kind of thing, or whatever phone that will fit there. And it's got two little things here that you can adjust the mount sort of area here that it sits on. And of course, these little sticks come out here. So just imagine a table here, and it should sort of be balanced. Not quite like that, but of course, like that. And of course, these two things fit in like that. And you can buy these from the cheap shops like Poundland if you do have one in your area. But you may be able to get one of these online. But of course, they are selling fast. So make sure you go to your local Poundland shop if you do have one in your area. Unfortunately, Hayville, Suffolk don't have one anymore. Kings Lynn has now gone. There's a few others that have gone, but a few others that are still there as well. So live in living colour here, wherever you're watching. I just wanted to say that, of course, we are followed on Twitter as well as in the X. That's what it's called these days. And of course, some people on the Dan Wotton page do watch us from time to time. Well, I hope they do. And we are really missing Dan Wotton. We really want him back on air, but I can't see that happening anytime soon. It's been far, far too long. And of course, I don't think his presenting career is coming back to GB News anytime soon. But you know, I'm really ashamed of the people that are trying to slow this down. All they do is drink cups of tea, and we don't just drink cups of tea. We drink Coca-Cola as well. But yeah, and we're not supposed to drink that either. But no, seriously, of course, we don't just do that. We do a mixture for this channel here. We also have done in the past a nice and relaxing show that hopefully will return after we come back from 4 days away. But of course, we can't say too much about our 4 days away because, of course, we can't really plan very well because plans don't always work to the highest order all the time. It can work some of the time, but not all of the time. In other words, we can half plan, but not full plan. If you full plan, things can go wrong. We know that. But of course, that's just one of those things. Like Southampton tonight, my team, who absolutely played awful tonight. It was Dono, the referee. That was his name, actually. A Donut, I think. But he did award a penalty in the 84th minute for Southampton. But we lost 3-1 in the end at Ashton Gate against Bristol City. Although, of course, the fact still remains that Southampton have not beaten Bristol City in 40 years, and that still has stayed the same. Well, I didn't know that, but of course, now that I do, and of course, I would expect not to win at Ashton Gate as far as Southampton is concerned. But of course, we've got West Brom in the week as well. We've got to bounce back from that, but we did get a glimmer of hope to smile about on the penalty. Hopefully, that should lift you up a little bit. If not, we'll end up scoring nothing next week as well. So it might have dipped our confidence a little bit, but hopefully they can bounce back for that. but just the way it goes. You can be 25 games unbeaten, and then you suddenly just dip just by that quick session, and it has to come to a team that you don't expect. But anyway, that is another thing altogether. So, yeah, thank you very much for all of you that have joined us here. Some people have not joined us because it's too late. But if you're watching a replay, we appreciate your comments, your thumbs up, especially Christian Payne that tuned in earlier. Hopefully that he will see us in Hatfield, and maybe he will spot us, and I'll have to let him know that we're in the area. Then maybe he can pick us up after work or something like that. But of course, he's in the Watford area, and of course, yes, he's been sort of hovering around there. It is a trek to get round Hatfield if you don't know the area, especially on the bus that I was on when I last come back from the Weatherspoons, which is the I think it's the Hopsey Hall, something like that, and that's the Weatherspoons over there on the other side of the Galleria of the Weatherspoons in Hatfield. But yeah, to me, Hatfield's a big place. That's my own opinion. I just want to say hello to all the moderators that have been in the chat when they are able to. But if they're not, then we understand that they have got other things going on in their lives. But we do appreciate them returning to us at any time as well. So, yes, over 600 followers here. I've mentioned to Adam Greenwood, who gave us a lot of shout outs last night, as it would be on Valentine's Eve. But yeah, that was on TikTok, so go and check him out on there. He mentioned us quite a lot of times, actually. So, yeah, a big shout out to Adam Greenwood and Toby, who interviewed us on What on Radio. It was What on Radio, by the way, and not Brex FM, as he mentioned earlier. But, of course, we do remember Brex FM as well. So, yeah, a big shout out and a mention to Adam Greenwood, who's got a lot of following, over 13,000 or is it million followers he's got on TikTok as well. So if you do want to follow us on TikTok as well, we're also on that and our main page of Touring With Us. And by the way, we don't take scammers. We prefer if you give us your real name and not these pretend names that they seem to be coming up at the moment. But someone has commented us regarding a Rainbow Dash. I don't know who they are. I'd like them to come out and tell us who they really are. And of course, it could well be a spammer to us, but we don't take those kind of names if they are going to spam the channel and cause a lot of havoc. But yeah, we have been contacted by TikTok on that. So, of course, I'm afraid we don't accept people with names like that, you know, something like Rainbow something. But yeah, anyway, Rainbow Dash, I think it was. But, you know, I've never heard of them. But anyway, of course, yeah, if you have heard of Rainbow Dash, you might be aware that they might be spammers, that kind of thing. So yeah, if you're watching on the Dan Morton Club page on Twitter, as in X, a massive hello to you. If you're watching it absolutely anywhere, in particular on TikTok, I've just done an update on there. And of course, we have a We Love East Anglia content, free content, absolutely free. If you want to see any of the content that we post on there, and I might even do an update in just a moment for about 5 minutes on there. Because you can on a live on that channel, but of course it doesn't have enough to do a mobile live. That's the only difference. And also, of course, if anybody wants to do a Together Live on the channel, you have to be a YouTube member, and it has to be a mobile Together Live as well. Together Live is a kind of new feature for YouTube that I don't think many YouTubers use, but of course it can be used if it needs to be, and one person at a time can actually use it. So one person at a time can use the Together Live, but you can bring your friends to join us on that one person live together kind of interview. But of course, yes, if you're interested, let us know. There is an email, touringwithousteam@gmail.com, if you'd like to be a guest on there, or leave us a comment and we'll try our utmost best to fit you in and do a bit of a chat with you, whether it would be at a different location or actually a location where we are right now here in the Touring With Us studio. We are to do at some point, we'll announce this at some point, we need you all to come in, and hopefully a bit more earlier than what I am now. We're going to hopefully do a Q&A and chat and talk about future videos, that kind of thing, and what you would like to see on the channel. Some people have said, like someone by the name of Doug from Braintree suggested we do, of course, Clare Country Park. Now, that would be a good idea, but of course, it's not yet summer, and of course, it can be a little bit cold in certain areas. But of course, it depends on the signal as well. We haven't done a signal at Clare Country Park. It is a trek to walk up to the mount right at the top, but it is a fantastic view, I've got to say. If you ever are to climb that walkway across the old Castle Mount right to the top of where the old road is still in place. They also have a cafe which we need to check out as well, and it's the old station where it used to run from Clare to Sudbury and the opposite direction back to Haverhill as well. So the disused railway could be a useful walk, but of course you can only go so far on that walk, because I've actually literally done that walk before, and I haven't done it for absolute ages, but it is probably a good walk. But of course you'd have to do it in the summer. Hopefully we all get a chance to do that. But yeah, it's not in our pipeline at this present time, so it's not in our plans right now. But it's not to say that it won't be in the future. I'm just going to double check something here, because it is past midnight here. I'm getting too excited. Maybe I'll get too excited for nothing. We'll have to wait and see. I haven't had anything flashed up on my phone about this, but yeah, I'm not going to say too much about what it is. But of course, yeah, it has now registered, which is quite good. And there we are. It's arrived. Yeah, whatever has arrived in some sort of form, shape, or another. But anyway, thank you so much, everyone that has tuned in this evening here. I know it's not quite half an hour, but of course, yeah, I'm going to go on to the We Love East Anglia page in just a little moment. But before I do that, I just want to round up here a little bit of something else. Our special friends, volunteers needed. Do you have a friendly dog or cat to take out on visits? So just a quick reminder about that. Don't have a dog, but would you like to help walk one? Interesting. Think you could foster a pet with a view to reunite with an owner? Want to support a lonely or vulnerable people in West Suffolk, or have an hour or two to give each week? If you've answered yes to any of those questions, then they would love to hear from you. Please contact this man here. Just a quick reminder about that. Francis Roach, or fill in their volunteered application form online, or volunteering application. Francis.roach at ourspecialfriends.org, or actually call 01284 35351. Okay, ourspecialfriends.org. Absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, I'm going to leave that racing through your mind here. And, of course, just to remind you about this little thing that we use, you do not have to, like the big channel, as in the big channel YouTubers out there have expensive equipment to move their cameras around. You don't need to do that, because you could actually literally use one of these. So simple. One of these here, which you can buy from Poundland, and they don't cost you any more than £3. something like that. But of course, yes, I'll leave that racing for your mind. I'm now going to switch over quickly to We Love East Anglia. I'm really, really smiling. And of course, some people know why I've got the smile on my face right now. Well, of course, we are the golden show that hopefully never ends. And until next time, peace out.